here.
Yeah.
That's why I see so much of you.
I know, but it's lovely.
Yeah.
We did pop star to opera star together.
We did. My wife still has your book you gave her on gardening. Thanks to you, I have to carry loads of soil. So
she never opened it.
She loves.
Thanks, though, for now, too. Jimmy Osmond.
Thank you. Always good to see you.
Now then, should you ever snoop on your children? Child behaviour specialist Lorraine Mara believes every parent is well within their rights to turn super spy if they're suspicious of their child's behaviour, whereas Sonia Poulton says snooping on your children will destroy any trust between you. Now, children, normally I wouldn't like arguments of this nature, but ladies, as it's such an occasion, the floor is yours, let battle commence.
Thank you. OK, as far as I'm concerned, trust takes a lifetime to make and a second to break. The moment you start snooping on your child, you send them out a message that I don't trust you, you need to be watched. That really concerns me because I have a teenage daughter. I've built up respect over a period of time with her, and there are other ways to make sure your children are safe without snooping on them.
There you are.
And I think that trust, I agree with you that trust has to be earned. However, I think that we need to teach children that trust is an ongoing thing. And would I spy on my kids? Without doubt. Do I believe in tough love? You bet. You are not allowed to have your boyfriend or your girlfriend in your bedroom. No way.
Well, I wouldn't necessarily allow my daughter's boyfriend, not that she has one in her bedroom anyway, but, you know, a lot of people, they'll be snooping on their Facebook accounts, they'll be snooping in their mobile phones.
I'm of the mind...
Correct.
You do snoop in the Facebook account.
Do you know what? I'm of the mind that that's about poor parenting rather than poor children.
I completely disagree. I think it's brilliant parenting.
I think you need to raise your children in a certain way so that they know how to protect themselves. Of course you need to protect them. Of course you do. That's an ongoing issue. But snooping is not the way forward.
Doesn't it mean if you feel you have to snoop... If you feel you have to snoop, doesn't it mean that you failed to get your child to a position where it wouldn't do anything that would be snoopable?
I think in the world that we live in today, I think that there are so many things that can lead our children astray. Drugs are on the corner of the street, cheap and readily available. Ditto alcohol. Kids want to look cool. They want to be cool.
But if you
and having these things... I used to go look in my children's wardrobe and go through the turn-ups in their trousers to make sure there was nothing in there that shouldn't have been in there. They know the gig.
Are they still at home?
One of them... That's a good question, isn't it? One of them's married, and the other one is still at home, yes. I'm trying to get rid of him, but it's not,
right.
Yeah. So I must have done something right.
Even going through their clothing.
I mean, I don't even know what to say to that, but what I do know is I want to have a relationship with my daughter when she's in her 30s and older still, and if we start off now by me saying to her, I don't trust you, let me look through your diary, let me look in your mobile, we're on a hide into nothing.
What's their reaction to your snooping?
I always said, I will trust you, break my trust just once, and I'm all over you.
Have they broken it?
Oh, yes.
Oh. In a serious way?
Yes.
How did you find out?
Snooped.
So there is no trust now for the rest of their lives?
There is. But you know what's interesting? My youngest son has actually just had a baby, so I've just become a grandma. I know, I'm very young. But he's just become a grandma, and he actually said to me, Mum, I intend to bring Talia up in the same way as you did. So I guess I did something right.
Well, I'll tell you what's really interesting is my 16-year-old daughter came to me recently. She said, Mum, there's been somebody who's contacted me on Facebook, and I don't know who he is. Now, the reason that she felt able to come to me is because of the trust between us. So she didn't deal with it herself. She came to me so I could help her through it. And I think that is the way forward.
Jimmy, would you snoop on your children, Jimmy?
Yes, I mean, I wouldn't put a camera on them unless they're like 3 years old or something like that.
But if they left a diary about, would you have a look in it and see what they were up to?
You know, I think the way that we raise our children, the way my wife raises our children so well, because they expect to comply within certain boundaries.
What, you mean they expect to be snooped on?
Yeah, I think so. I think it's nothing wrong. I think a real good parent is involved in their lives 24/7.
Yeah. Would you, David, would you snoop on your children?
No, I think that there is an element of trust in between each other. There's a difference in between taking care of them and making sure they're not in trouble, rather than getting the feeling that they're constantly watched.
David Weir, David, would you?
No, I wouldn't like my parents to do it, so I wouldn't do it.
That's
no.
a good yardstick, isn't it? Would you have liked your parents to have done it to you?
No, because I was much younger, and in those days we
And
didn't
more
have
trustworthy.
drugs. And more trustworthy.
Than the children that you brought up.
And there were no drugs on the corner
So
of
your
my
mother
street.
brought up you better than you brought up your children?
I absolutely disagree with that statement.
Well, we've heard what our guests have had to say, but we want to know your thoughts. What a great argument. You can reach us via our Facebook page or by emailing alan@itv.com. After the break, our lovely studio audience will be revealing who they think should be crowned champ in today's Ding Dong. But can your opinions sway their vote? They seem to be quite keen on not snooping. We shall see. My thanks to Lorraine Mara and Sonia Poulton. Thank you both very much. Also, still to come with sales of popcorn shooting up 300% in the last year. We put homemade popcorns to the test. I have a feeling it's going to get messy. Don't go anywhere.
Please be a scrimping person. Yes, that's right. Because there is nothing wrong with being tight. Why spend lots of moolah? It simply isn't cooler. Saving money is such a delight. Be all